Well, we finally got a day, I think, when this flower has opened to full bloom. Look at this on this summer evening here in the Pacific Northwest. No place more beautiful on the face of the earth than on a day like this. You can even paddle your way to Safeco Field if you want to. What a day we have on this the 6th of July as the M's get set to take on the Kansas City Royals in the middle game of the three-game series after having their heart broken last night. Maybe they'll come back and do it tonight against one of baseball's best. And to you all again, a very pleasant good evening, everybody. With Mike Blowers, I'm Dave Niehaus. We've been singing the praises of Mike Saunders for some time now. The kid from Canada is, well, he's not exactly hitting 280 or anything like that.
Right.
But he's made some great defensive plays. He's got the sweet swing, and he was on display last night in the 6th inning.
Well, he was, and I think it's about adjustments for Saunders as he grows as a major league hitter. And this is one of the pitches that had caused him some problems. A fastball inside, he hits it hard down the right field line. But he constantly makes adjustments now, something we didn't see from him last year. The one thing we did see from him is his ability to cover a lot of ground. Take a look at this catch out in left field. And really did a nice job on a relay, hitting his cutoff man. A lot of younger guys would hurry their throw and not do it and not get it to the relay guy, Jack Wilson. But he makes a perfect throw, and they had an opportunity at the plate. Although he was saved, it was a nice play by Saunders. So Michael continues to grow as a major league player.
This was to have been the return of Eric Bedard tonight, but he's come up with his shoulder problem one more time. So the big Aussie, Ryan Rowland-Smith, slips right back into the rotation, and his last outing against New York was not bad at all.
No, it wasn't, and he just needs to build off of that. The Yankees have a quality lineup. He knows that going into the game. You didn't know what to expect from Ryan because he's been inconsistent, but really pitched a nice ball game in New York. I think he needs to repeat that. The key, we saw it last night, you have to get ahead of the Kansas City Royals. This is a good hitting ball club. They lead the league in hitting, so I think the big thing for Ryan is throw strike one and build on your last performance.
The defending Cy Young Award champion, Mr. Zach Greinke, is going to come in and get the start here tonight against the Seattle Mariners, and he has some phenomenal numbers.
Well, he does. Against the Mariners, he's really pitched well against Seattle. Take a look at some of these pitches. A nice fastball on the corner. He will change speeds on his fastball. A hard breaking ball. That'll be the pitch that causes a lot of problems for the guys. Greinke not having the type of year that he had last year, but still one of the best right-handers in the league.
So Zach Greinke getting the call for Kansas City tonight against the big Aussie, Ryan Rowland-Smith, and it's going to be great to have Jay Buhner join us from time to time tonight here in the second game of this three-game series between the M's and the Kansas City Royals. The two ball clubs are even on the season series. Mariners baseball on FSN is brought to you by Quest High-Speed Internet. Get blazing speeds that won't burn up your wallet. By Sterling Savings Bank, ranked 2010's highest in the Northwest for retail banking's customer satisfaction by J.D. Power and Associates. And by your Western Washington Toyota dealers. For over 30 Toyota offers, visit buyatoyota.com. On this beautiful night, just prior to the M's and the Kansas City Royals, let's join Jen Mueller down on the field. Jen?
Well, Dave, we are officially into the second half of the Mariners season, a very long season at that. So now it's about the time where the coaches and players start to kind of reevaluate their routines, but not their goals.
No, you don't reestablish anything. It's just monitoring and maybe managing the side work and things like that.
But Rick Adair and the staff might need to evaluate the workload. In the American League, only the Angels starters have thrown more than the 521 2/3 innings pitched by the M starters this season.
Well, we're dealing with that. I mean, it's, started with Doug Fisker with all the innings that he was accumulating, and really has not pitched more than 150 or 160 innings in a minor league season. And then Jason Vargas, the most he's pitched is 140. And he's on pace to go 210 or 220. So, we're getting a little cautious as to how we manage this.
It's a different story for hitters. This is the time they start to hit their stride. Warmer weather and a better feel at the plate can make it easier for them in the second half.
Well, this time of year, I always felt like the hitters had the advantage because the pitchers were getting tired. So, it's kind of a mindset that if you work hard in the winter, and this time of year when it starts getting hot, when the pitchers slow down, you stay strong, and then you regain the advantage.
But Alonzo Powell will also look at scaling back their routine.
It's kind of a double-edged sword. You want to get your work in, but then what you might do is do a little bit more early and back it off during BP, or you just, cancel early and do a majority of your work in the cage and during batting practice.
And that is our Geico quote of the night. When we come back, it is time for the first pitch here at Safeco Field. Dave Niehaus and Mike Flowers get you squared away with starting lineups. It's the Mariners and Royals next on FSN.
And welcome back to beautiful Safeco Field on this idyllic evening in the Northwest. We get set for the first pitch as Ryan Rowland-Smith is getting ready to deal to ex-Mariners Scott Podsednik, with the Royals pulling it out of the hat last night, winning in 10 innings 6-4. And the first pitch is a strike, and we are underway. Tony Randazzo is the man calling balls and strikes tonight. And a breaking ball of beauty. 77 degrees wind out of the northeast at a very balmy 3 miles an hour tonight. And a slow ground ball hit to Figgins. Cannot make the play. So Scott Podsednik has himself an infield hit to start off the ball game. Let's look at the rest of the lineup, Mike.
Hitting second, it'll be Kendall, then DeJesus. Butler had a double in last night's ball game. Guillen, Betterman, Aviles. Willie Bloomquist getting the start in center field. He will hit 8th. And Uniaski Betancourt with the big hit in last night's game. He hits 9th. Ryan Rowland-Smith, take a look at his numbers. Been a tough year for Ryan. Last outing was much better for him, so he's going to have to build on that.
Speaking of left-handers, congratulations to Cliff Lee. Today named the pitcher of the month for June with that great 4-1 mark, 4 complete games of 1.76 ERA. There didn't appear to be any competition for him last month. Those numbers, that change is there for a strike. And he'll be on display Friday night against the New York Yankees. There's the Arkansan right there in the forefront. Kansas City now a couple of games over 500 for Ned Yost. Look at the American League Central standings. They're on the periphery of being independent race. 8 games back. Currently, the Tigers with a half-game lead over the Twins. And a game over the White Sox. Double play ball. There is one. And the relay in plenty of time. 6-4-3 if you're scoring.
Taylor-made double play ball right to Jack Wilson. Nice job by Figgins to get out of the way of Podsednik. The rest of the defense, Saunders, Gutierrez, and Ichiro in the outfield. Across the infield will be Lopez, Jack Wilson, and short Figgins at second base. Casey Kochman starting again over at first, and Josh Bard will do the catching tonight.
And David DeJesus is the hitter. Big left-handed batter, takes one down a little bit low. Strike on the outside corner. Back in the mid-'80s, the Kansas City Royals were kind of the model organization for baseball. They had a low payroll, a great team, headed, of course, by Hall of Famer George Brett, Frank White, a great second baseman, came out of a baseball academy that was originally established by Ewing Kauffman.
Along with Willie Wilson.
Along with Willie Wilson. He could fly. 1-2 pitch. Full count on DeJesus.
For watching the Royals last night, looking at their numbers before the game, classify them as a scrappy club, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Not a lot of power in their lineup, but man, they make you work.
Get a lot of base hits. They're leading the major leagues in hitting at 283. And he walked DeJesus. And Billy Butler will be the hitter. This kid's career is just starting, and he's already got 500 hits.
bit surprised to see him take 2 fastballs. The things that we've seen out of Butler over the last few years. He likes to hit the fastball. Last night he hit a double, about as hard as you can hit it, over Saunders' head.
And he comes right back in with a cutter that just misses inside. There, keeping the pitching charge. And a hard one-hopper, backhanded nicely by Lopez. And Jose throws him out. So here in the first, a hit, a walk, but no runs. Kansas City goes, no score. The Mariners coming up.
Moves up. He's hitting 7th, Bard 8th, and then Jack Wilson, the shortstop, hits 9th. Take a look at the numbers for Greinke. 112 innings for him, just 20 walks, 92 strikeouts. He has given up 13 home runs this year.
29 consecutive scoreless innings against the Mariners.
Fetterman getting the start over at third base tonight. Billy Butler, the first baseman. Jason Kendall will do the catching tonight.
Ichiro's taken a strike. And a high fastball popped up down the third baseline. Into foul territory. Wilson Benameat makes the catch. Greinke pitched arguably his best game here last year when he one-hit the Mariners, retired the final 22 in a row, and I think the most overpowering pitching performance against Seattle last year, and a strike at the knees to Sean Piggins 0-1. Two strikes.
Sean Piggins with a hit in last night's game, had an RBI. Was looking at the numbers in last night's game. Piggins this year, with the runner on third and less than 2 outs, has gotten the runner in 10 out of 11 times.
10 of 11.
Yeah.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah. That's what I thought. Look at it. Wow. Was the good breaking ball from Greinke. Hit that's the pitch that makes him so difficult to hit. He has a good fastball. It'll be anywhere from 92 to 94 miles an hour. Good movement on it, but his breaking ball is one of the better ones that the Mariners will see this year.
And that ball hit fouled on the left field line. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Zach 3-0. 1.86 ERA in 9 career appearances against the Mariners. Full count, 3-2. Got it. Good two-seam 90-mile-an-hour sinker, and Figgins is the second out.
Takes just a little bit off of his fastball to get more movement on it. Figgins, see this pitch swings right underneath it. Nice running fastball from Greinke.
Big Russell Branyan has had quite a first week for the Mariners, hitting 3 home runs, one of them last night. Barely misses outside.
Let's see how deep Aviles, the second baseman, is playing. Way back on the grass, a shallow right field.
And a high pop-up. Hit into straightaway left field, and there to make the easy catch is Scott Fitzgerald. And here in the first. No problem. 3 up, 3 down, no score after 1. Absolutely, Angie. And here is Jose Guillen to lead it off and taking a breaking ball down low. I feel fairly safe in saying happy summer to you.
Oh, isn't it
about
nice?
time, huh?
Oh, I can't wait till Thursday and Friday, too.
Woo. There's a shot on the outfield grass, backhanded by Aviles to throw out. Backhanded by the Mariners' second baseman. Figgins to throw out Jose Guillen. Nice play. So, you ready to go to the river?
I am heading to Montana this weekend. Rip a few lips. Catch some trout, maybe. Go to God's country, although right now this is God country. No doubt about it. That's why we live here. We hear that far too often, though, when you live here.
Wilson Bedamate is the hitter. And he takes a strike. Switch hitter. And that ball hit routinely to left field. Sanders will take care of it. Does Roland Smith remind you anybody?
Well, unfortunately, it reminds me of what he was going through about this time last year.
Yeah.
But I'd love to see him finish up just like he did last year. Get hot, get going again. Certainly the first couple innings have been good for him so far. And he's a kid that I love him. I think he's got great stuff. I love his demeanor. And I want to see this kid be successful. I want to see him. You pull for guys like this that can stick it to the man.
Yeah, well,
make him force you out of the lineup.
Yeah, any man that has ever met Ryan Roland Smith comes away impressed. He's just such a likable kid. He's a genuine human being.
He's fun to talk to because he tells you stuff and uses words I still can't figure out.
That ball hit into deep left center field and on the run out there, still on the grass. Franklin Gutierrez makes the catch, and the side retired on 7 pitches here by Ryan Roland Smith. To the bottom of the second, no score. Jose Lopez has taken a strike. And Zach Greinke's next pitch is a fastball that's fouled away. I asked you about Ryan Roland Smith. Zach Greinke reminds me of a guy what you certainly faced in '95 during the playoffs, and one of baseball's best pitchers, I think. Reminds me of David Cone. His action, he throws the ball.
He throws 91, 92, two-seamer, and then he turns around, and he's a type of pitcher that has that extra gear. He can pump up and give you another 96.
Slider that time. So Lopez, strikeout victim number 2.
We were talking about Greinke's breaking ball at the start of the game. Here's a good look at it. Took a lot off of that pitch. Lopez way out in front of it. You can see him fighting, trying to stay behind it.
Sometimes it's just not fair when you take a little off your curveball, and then you got a nasty slider as well.
You know, speaking of 95, somebody we faced that he kind of reminds me of would be Mike Mussina.
Yep, I agree.
Yep.
Moose had that nasty changeup.
And a great curveball.
Oh, good curve.
So Gutierrez is taken care of by Aviles.
Well, there's a reason why he won a Cy Young, huh?
Thinking about that, because this happened to me at Camden Yards one time, but have you ever hit a pitch running to first where you just squared up and didn't have any idea how you just hit it? You see, he used to throw me that curve, that knuckle curve. I couldn't touch it. And one day in Camden Yards, I hit it hard, line drive for a base hit. And I was running to first, and I had no idea how I hit it.
Swing hard in case you hit
That's
it, man.
exactly
Come
what
on.
it was.
Casey Kotzman fouls it back.
And then the rest of the game, you're playing with house money.
That's right. I forgot about it. Checked in.
Yeah.
And Kotzman quickly got 2 strikes on him.
There's also been a few times where you take that full hack and you have no clue where the ball is, too. The first base coach is yelling at you, run, run, run.
And then that almost came back. Just off the inside corner. Good eye, but home plate umpire.
You know who used to do that all the time? Former teammate of mine, Mike Piazza. When I played with him with the Dodgers, he just hang out some ropes in the right, and he had no idea. He was looking around all over the field, couldn't find out where the ball was. Oh, we used to laugh at him.
He could throw out some clothes hangers, man. That guy could buggy whip it.
Is he a Hall of Fame?
I think so.
I think he is. I mean, a 55th round pick, like a courtesy pick.
Yep.
And then look at the career he has. Unbelievable. And with no wheels.
And that's going to go out of play.
Has he hit the most home runs for a catcher?
I believe so.
I think he has to.
Yeah. You talk about Mike Mussina. A couple of years ago, he retired as a 20-game winner of the Yankees. Won 20 games and said, see ya. And that's exactly what Greinke said to Casey Kotzman. See ya. 1, 2, 3, 31 consecutive scoreless innings against the Mariners. No score. Trivia question that we just mentioned that Cliff Lee was named the pitcher of the month for June, and our trivia question involves who was the first Mariners pitcher to win the American League Pitcher of the Month award. Was it Bill Kruger of our staff here, Mark Langston, John Montague, or Jim Beattie? John Montague had a heck of a string of scoreless innings ago. I remember about 27 or 28, something like that, and he lost that with a bases loaded walk. And the breaking ball is down low and inside. He was a relief pitcher. He retired 33 straight over a couple of games during that stretch, and pitches fouled away. But I don't believe it was him. I think it was Zelmo.
It's a good call, Jim.
I think it was Jim Beattie.
Quite the character himself as well.
Brilliant guy out of Dartmouth.
Oh man.
When was Montague here?
78, 79, somewhere in there. Pitch foul off to the right and out of play. Real nice guy from the south, I think, from Alabama, somewhere. One of the few things, good things we had to talk about in those early years was the way he was pitching.
Good to see Bloomy back in the lineup.
Yeah.
Another kid you want to root for, man.
Willie having a decent year, hitting .243. He's being used, as he was with the Mariners, sporadically. That's a tough way to have a career. Play about every 4 or 5 days as that pitch is fouled off the first base side, and Kotzman goes over to backhand the ball nicely for out number 1. 245 errorless games now for Casey Kotzman.
I'm talking about Willie. Here we are in July, and he only has 75 at bats in the year. That is a tough way to go.
That's a grind.
Yeah.
Oof. Going weeks, sometimes 2 weeks before you play. Couldn't do it. It's hard enough to try to DH. Stay in the ball game.
Uni taking a strike. 4 ex-Mariners in the lineup here. Blomquist, Betancourt, Guillen, and Scott with 70. And that pitch out there to left field. So 2 down. Look at that. 2,091 errorless chances at first base.
I mean, how good is that? I mean, at some point you're going to clank a ball over there, you would think, get the brick in your glove, or lose a ball in the sun, or, man, it's impressive. A little in-between hop where it hits the lip.
Trying to turn 2 and hit the runner. You see guys do
throw
that
it
all the
into his
time.
helmet.
Yeah.
And an easy fly ball. And a very easy 3rd inning here for Ryan Roland Smith. We go to the bottom half of the 3rd, and there is no score. Going to receive a cap designed to be worn just like the kid intended, backwards. The first 20,000 fans picking up a Ken Griffey Jr. backwards cap, courtesy of ING Direct. Purchase your tickets today at any Mariners team store or mariners.com as a strike is taken by Michael Saunders. Let me ask you guys, Junior, as he arrived on the scene, actually drafted in 1987 and went to spring training in 88, made the club in 89. And the breaking ball is inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. At that particular time when he showed up and he was wearing that cap backwards, that wasn't the thing to do, was it?
No, it wasn't.
I mean, I remember it really upset Sparky Anderson. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I think it's safe to say that Junior was the guy that kind of got that going. No doubt about it.
I was just wondering what you guys thought about it at that particular time.
You know what? Being a rookie, I was all about earning your stripes. So turn the hat around like everybody else. And then until I started seeing him play the game and do the things he did, and I'm like, son, you go ahead and do whatever you got to do. That makes you happy, then do it.
And a two-hopper, backhanded nicely, and a high throw over Butler.
Yes, sir.
And down to second base will go Michael Saunders. Mike Flowers and yours truly in love with that kid. We think he's going to be an outstanding player. How about you?
He's got great range and can swing it. Made a nice play down the line last night. A couple big home runs. Big, tall, lanky kid.
He did something,
he's making the most of his opportunity until, I mean, who knows when Milton's going to be back in the lineup, you know? I mean, take advantage of it, man.
Yeah, and he's so young still, and he's done a couple of things this year that.
And a nice job by hitting the ball to the right side. That's Byron.
We're winning baseball right there.
Yeah.
Take him early.
Get some high fives.
You got to do something that the Mariners haven't been doing now. Let's take advantage of it.
You got to.
Yeah.
Early in the game, take the pressure off of rolling so he can roll on. What you were saying about Saunders.
Well, Saunders, he did 2 things on his last road trip that I didn't see the ball that he hit off the cafe here. But when we were on the road, he did 2 things. One, he hit a ball into the second deck.
Yeah.
It was up there in a missile. But the other one is he missed a ball. It actually got in on him, and he still hit it out. And I think that's a huge thing.
And the squeeze is on, and the squeeze is going to work as Jack Wilson lays down the perfect squeeze bunt. Coming in to score, Michael Saunders. And it's 1-0 Mariners. Nicely done.
I like the call, too. Yeah, Greinke on the mound, one of the tougher right-handed pitchers.
2 pitches and you get a run, man. Yeah. You got to love it.
You can strike people out, but I like the fact that maybe something's wrong with him now.
I didn't see him come off the mound, strangely.
No, and I think he just flipped the ball underhand over to first, didn't he?
I think he twisted his ankle or something.
His ankle or his knee.
Oh.
There, right there.
Oh, stumbled.
And he stumbled.
Little sniper got him.
Nice job by Jack Wilson. You don't have to lay down a perfect bunt.
Just get it down.
Just, put it out there, fair territory somewhere. You're going to score a run.
Now watch him when he plants to throw. Well, right there, plants to go get it, and then he stumbles again. Those can be some pretty expensive stumbles.
A little pivot plant. Yeah. Nice job of Jack right here getting.
Gets out in front of home plate.
Yeah.
Just put it down fair. Steal a run. I think with Saunders, it's a rare thing to see guys that can miss balls and still hit them out. You know, I mean,
Bat speed.
Well, yeah, I mean, you could do that carry too. You have to be able to make the ball fly. You know, like Russell Brandon, he does it.
Bob McClure, his pitching coach, talking to him now.
Fans giving a little Cy Young winner. They're going to make sure he's ready.
stumbled around a little bit, but I didn't see him twist anything or
No,
turn.
maybe he tweaked his hamstring a little bit when he pivot planted right there, tried to get his feet up underneath him.
So Jack Wilson gets the job done. Ichiro, the two-hopper. And Uni will throw him out, but the Mariners do get a run here in the third. They leave nobody. Good to have you with us on this delicious evening.
All right, Angie, thank you very much. We go to the top half of the fourth inning with the Mariners leading Kansas City by a score of 1-0. Hi again, everybody. Rick Riz, along with Mike Blowers and Jay Buhner, joins us for tonight's telecast. So the Mariners get the squeeze bunt down and have the 1-0 lead, guys.
I thought it was a great call. Breaking on the mound. No need to wait around. May as well try to do something and get a run. And nice job by Josh Bard hitting the ball to the right side to move Saunders up. So they take advantage of a mistake by the Royals. They make an error so Saunders can get down to second base. And when you get those little breaks against somebody like Ricky, you have to take advantage of it.
That's winning baseball. Do the little things early. Put a run on the board early for Roland. Take some pressure off of him. Thanks for giving me a little room now. I felt like I was in the middle seat of the airplane.
We had the bunch up there a little bit. Jason Kendall is the hitter leading things off here at the top of the fourth inning for Kansas City.
I love you, though, buddy.
Love you, too, pal. One hopper to short. Jack Wilson is there. And his throw to first is in time to get Kendall. So 1 out for Kansas City here at the top of the fourth inning. All right. The question was in our trivia for tonight, who was the first Mariner pitcher to win the American League Pitcher of the Month award? And the fans say it's Mark Langston. 40% of you check it in. The answer is Jim Beattie. Zelmo in June of 1982 was the first Mariner pitcher to win the American League Pitcher of the Month award back in 1982. Cliff Lee won it for last month, going 4-1 with a 1.76 ERA.
Is that any good?
That's real good.
Have you had a chance to watch him much?
Very little, but I tell you what, right from the get-go, his first start, I mean, what, he go on one rehab assignment and he comes up and grabs the bull by the horn and goes
7 scoreless innings on no decision against Texas. First time out of the chute.
Are you kidding me? Wow. And it just got better and better and better and better. Well, there's a reason why he's an all-star. And he does it year in and year out. That's what's impressive.
Cy Young Award winner a couple of years ago. Here's David DeJesus, who walked in the first inning. Well, we've had the pleasure of watching him every 5 days, Mike, and he just goes strike one. And that one start, he was 0-2 19 times.
Pitches with an attitude. That's what I like.
Yeah.
Guys get comfortable. He's going to let you know. It's his plate.
And he's made an impact on the other guys on this ball club, like this guy right here, Ryan Rowland-Smith. He's going right after the hitters, Mike and Jay. Little two hopper out to KC Kotchman at first. Hops the ball over to Ryan, covering on the play. 2 outs for the Royals here at the top of the 4th inning. Let's see, that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in a row retired by Ryan Rowland-Smith. Say All-Star voting isn't over quite yet. Now through Thursday, you can vote for the 34th and final player for each league roster. Go to Mariners.com and cast your All-Star Game final vote for the final 2 All-Stars for the game in Anaheim coming up on Tuesday, July the 13th. Vote at Mariners.com. I'm going to vote for Jay Buhner and Mike Flowers. You guys are going to get a write-in vote.
For the All-Star Game?
Yep.
Who are some of the names?
Oh, man. Where's that list? Here is Billy Butler, and Butler takes a strike, 0-1. But there's one guy I'd like to see there.
He just got voted in, right? Because he played Buchholz. Is he taking his spot, or somebody else got to take that spot?
No, he was voted in, but he can't because he's pitching on Sunday. Jared Weaver was voted in. Back up the middle into center field. So Billy Butler with a base hit, his first hit of the night. He's 1 for 2. But Jared Weaver was added on the ball club, but he can't play because he's pitching on Sunday.
And then I think Andy Pettit just got voted.
Andy Pettit got added with, I think, Buchholz going on the disabled list. Andy Pettit 10-2 deserves to be there at 2.42 ERA. But Felix,
how about it?
I think, needs to go.
Are you kidding me?
Yes.
He's been nails.
Jose Guillen, the DH, with a strike, 0-1.
But then again, I mean, Vargas has pitched outstanding. Pfister has pitched outstanding. There's no doubt that these young kids have stepped up. It gets back to you talking about Clef League having an impact on the younger pitcher.
Guillen, fly ball, right center field. Ichiro given way to Franklin Gutierrez, and Franklin makes the catch for out number 3. No runs, a hit, and a man left on. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Mariners lead the Royals 1-0. The game tonight. Some folks out there at the left center field landing, and guys, I think summer is finally here. Wow. Game time temperature 78 degrees. It's going to get a little bit warmer too. Sean Figgins takes a look at a strike from Zach Greinke. 0-1. Mariners lead the Royals by a score of 1-0. Bottom of the 4th. Oh man, he finished.
How long have you lived there? How long have you lived there?
Too long.
Come on.
Since '92.
4th of July. It rains every year. And summer shows up July 5th.
Okay.
Fouled away, and the count 1-2.
Crazy thing is that's true.
I know.
They did a stat on that. It's amazing how that works.
Well, Major League Baseball did a stat on that?
They got stats on all that stuff. When you live around here long enough, you got to find something positive. I do love it here, don't get me wrong, but boy, it has been trying. I'm sure everybody will agree.
But it's nice to see the sun out, not a cloud in the sky.
Grass fields, elements, and smells, and wind, and sun. You gotta love it.
My partner out here plowing the South 40, being bothered by the hay fever now.
Are you hurting, bud?
Yeah, I have been the last few days.
Think it has anything to do with a little rain, little sun, little rain, little sun? Everything's blooming. It's that cedar for me.
One hopper back to the mound, taken by Greinke. Toss to first to get Sean. One out for the Mariners here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Squeeze bunt by Jack Wilson, giving the Mariners their 1 run in the bottom half of the 3rd. Did you ever bunt, Jay? Did you ever get up there and anywhere in your career? Did you have?
Yeah, there were a few times that Lou asked me to get the bunt down. 4 or 5 times. And I got him down. I mean, it's part of the game. You take pride in that. And I would really, really and truly take pride in getting my bunting down. Because there's nothing worse than getting 2 strikes on you and now walking back to the dugout. Hee-haw, if you'd have just got the bunt down. So get the first one down, get it over with, and get back to the dugout.
1-1 the count on Russell Brandon. How about you, Mike? Did you have to bunt?
Is that the longest walk in the world if you don't get the bunt down? I mean, come on.
I have a longer walk for you. In the Kingdome, I go up there. They're making a pitching change. Eckersley comes in. So Lou calls me back. Russell Brandon strikes out, but Lou calls me back and says, "Hey, I need you to get a bunt down. You get a bunt down." And I said, "Yeah, I get the bunt down." Okay, go up there and bunt. So I go up there and I bunt. Bunt the ball down the first baseline. Just before it gets to the bag, it goes foul. No problem. I'll get the next one down. Turn around. Here comes Richie Amaral. Lou's waving me back. That's the longest walk.
No way.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And then Richie fouled 2 off.
That's right. Jose Lopez takes down and away from ball 1.
No. And then, of course, he looked at Sammy and said, "Work with him tomorrow, would you?"
Exactly. And you're out at 1 o'clock.
I was going to say, you got to be kidding me, but no. Down at the knees for a strike, and the count is even.
And I think it was probably 3 or 4 days later. I'm in the same situation, and Lou yells out to Sammy, "Did you work with him?" And Sammy said, "Yes."
He's bunting.
And so I can't remember what happened, but I ended up getting on base, and I'm over at 3rd, and Sammy comes up to me and goes, "Hey, I know we haven't worked on it, but if Lou asks you, tell him that we worked on it."
Oh, man. 1-2 the count at Lopez. Little Birdie just told me that, let's see, Jay, you had 12 sacrifice bunts. Strike 3.
4 or 5.
So that will retire the side. Another strikeout for Zach Greinke. He has 5 already tonight, and after 4 innings of play, Mariners lead go to the top half of the 5th inning with the Mariners leading Kansas City by a score of 1-0. Rick Riz called along with a couple of knuckleheads, Mike Flowers and Jay Buhner. Great to have these guys along. Wilson Betemit takes inside for ball 1. Nice to have you here, buddy.
Called me a knucklehead. That's the nicest thing anyone's said all day to me.
Thank you. Ball 2, 2-1. Betemit is 0 for 1. Is flied out to Saunders in left field. Ryan Rowland-Smith, guys, off to a mighty good start. It's good to see after his last outing, Mike, in New York. No decision, the 4-2 loss, but he went 6 strong innings.
Well, that was one of the things that we were talking about earlier today. Was it something for Ryan to build off of? You have to start somewhere. He's had his struggles, and you need to have success. And we're playing in New York against that lineup. He really pitched well in that game. So hopefully he gains a little confidence from that and can build off of it.
How can you not? Going into Yankee Stadium, I mean, one of the toughest places in the world to play.
3-2. Quick look at the Mercedes-Benz pitch count. Ryan Rowland-Smith has thrown 52. Look at that, 35 strikes. Payoff pitch, fouled away behind home plate, and the count is still full. Eric Bedard was scheduled to go tonight, but he had the mild inflammation in his left shoulder. Was going to make his 2010 debut, so that has been put on hold. Here's a look at Eric. Fouled away again, and the count is still 3-2. Ryan had a real good start, his best start of the year 3 outings ago here at home. 1-0 win against Cincinnati, his 1 win this year. That was back on June 20th. Fly ball into right field. Going back is Ichiro to the warning track, looking up. Goodbye baseball. Wilson Betemit going the other way. An opposite field home run to right, and the Royals have tied the game at 1-1 here in the top half of the 5th.
Three-two fastball away from Betemit. Flew out to left field. His first time up was aggressive on a fastball inside and pitch up. That's the problem. I think it's on the corner.
Yeah.
But he leaves it up.
Extension.
Betemit playing in only his 19th game this year with Kansas City. There's a swing and a miss by Mike Aviles. Off speed pitch, and the count is 0-1.
Keeps doing that, he might get number 20. That's a good swing right there.
Fly ball. Right center field, coasting over is Franklin Gutierrez to make the catch. 1 out for Kansas City here in the top of the 5th inning. Brings up center fielder Willie Bloomquist.
Now that's cute.
Oh, Mike, what a snapshot. Some of the concessions here at Safeco Field, lollipops and candy heads. Cute looking
candy heads.
Willie Boom Boom, second year with the Royals, pops one up foul, first base side. Over is Casey Kotchman to the warning track, has plenty room, and he's there to make the catch.
Deja vu.
2 down. Say the Mariners host the Yankees for a 4-game series beginning this Thursday. Don't miss this series, as it's the Yankees' only visit to Safeco Field this year. Plus, Cliff Lee is scheduled to pitch on Friday, and Felix Hernandez will take them out on Saturday. Good seats are still available. Lock in your tickets today at Mariners.com. The Yankees coming to town Thursday.
I think that's going to be a big draw.
You betcha.
And then Boston right after the All-Star break.
Yuniesky Betancourt takes a look at ball 1. Derek Jeter and company heading to Seattle. Fly ball straight away right field. Ichiro backing up a few steps. He's there to make the catch for round number 3. 1 run, 1 hit. The home run by Wilson Betemit. Game tied. Bottom of the 5th inning we go. Mariners 1, Kansas City 1. one more against the Royals, and the Yankees come to town. The All-Star break, All-Star game coming up on Tuesday. Then it's on the road for 4 against the Angels down in Anaheim. Mariners and the Royals all tied at 1-1, bottom of the 5th inning. Center fielder Franklin Gutierrez to lead it off with ball 1 from Zach Greinke. Greinke already with 5 strikeouts. There's a strike, and the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike.
It's been a good pitch for him. That slow curveball.
Throws it, what, at 74? There's a slider, good fastball, fly ball, center field, and deep going back. Willie Bloomquist near the warning track, and he's there to make the catch. So 1 out for the Mariners here in the bottom of the 5th inning. That'll bring up first baseman Casey Kochman. Here's a look at the breakdown for Zach Greinke. 66% fastballs, 50 pitches. Just a few off-speed pitches.
28% breaking and 6% off speed. I thought breaking was off speed.
It's slow. Outside ball. You're right. Kochman 0 for 1.
Watching Willie on that last play out in center field. Turned around and ran to a spot. Did a nice job on a ball. It was hit, when it's hit like that and it's moving around. Did you do that, or did you keep your eye on the ball when you were running after it?
Depending on what type of ball it was. The thing that I thought he did real well was immediately when it was hit, he stayed low, turned, and took off. Instead of a lot of guys on that line drive when it comes straight up, and then what it ends up doing, you get into a back pedal and you're dead. Or you go back. Best thing to do is sit low, see where it's going to be, go to a spot, turn around and pick it up. Sometimes that first step angle is the most important step. But the big thing, too, is staying low.
How much help did you get from Junior?
Well, the biggest help for me was the guy that's coaching first base for Kansas City, Rusty Kuntz. That guy's the greatest outfield coach ever.
Little ground ball out to Mike Aviles at second, so Kochman is out number 2.
I believe it was 91 when I broke my arm. I had about 2 months of being able to do nothing but run, and so I come out to the ballpark every day early for about a month, and Rusty would work with me every day, and that's where basically I learned how to play the outfield. I mean, I knew a little bit about the outfield, but that man right there is unbelievable.
Rusty Kuntz
keeps it fun. He's got drills that just, not repetitive, that make it fun, work on angles and all sorts of good stuff. I still pick his brain in this day trying to find out more stuff so I can incorporate it into the 14-year-old team I help coach.
Michael Saunders takes up high for ball 1, 1 ball, and 1 strike.
Sammy Mejias worked with me when I went out there because I played in the infield my whole life. I didn't play the outfield until I was in the big leagues. But I thought you were the best coach.
I remember your first start. You came to me and go, dude, you got to help me. I'm like, what? I'm playing left. What?
Yeah, and you know what his advice to me was?
Just catch it and throw it.
Put the wall on your back.
Right
Put the wall on your back. If it's over your head, it's out of the ballpark. You don't have to worry about it.
Good advice.
Hey, it's not your fault.
That's right. You got to buy a ticket to go catch that ball, so don't worry about it. 2-2 on Saunders.
Yeah, you actually played quite a bit out there.
I did.
I did a great
I actually
job.
picked you up a couple times in right.
Yes, you did.
It's always nice to have that one guy that helps you out. Down and in, ball 4. How about that? Michael Saunders aboard for the second time. A walk, and that's the first walk given up by Zach Greinke. Mariners and the Royals tied at 1-1. They'll bring up catcher Josh Bard.
2 outs. I'd like to see him take off right here.
Why not?
Yeah. Try to steal a base, get in scoring position.
Mike Brumley having a few words with Saunders over at first base. Here's Bard, who had that infield out to the right side. That sent Saunders from second to third.
Yeah, Walk hasn't sat back and waited. He's put some runners in motion, so get a guy in scoring position right here.
Saunders lead at first, held on by Butler. All 1 to Bard. (13 of 17 first pitch strikes). Broken bat pop-up foul out of play on the third base side, and the count is even on Bard at 1 ball and 1 strike. There is 1 run, only 1 hit. Kansas City 1 run on 3 hits. Big hit, the home run by Wilson Benameat, leading off the top half of the 5th inning. Bard with a new bat.
One that's got a gapper in it right here.
Left center field right now, wide open.
Be nice, wouldn't it?
Really shaded out there toward right center field. Over to first base, and Saunders gets back.
Little wake-up call right there.
He's caught him peeking. A lot of times.
What do you mean by peeking?
Well, what I mean is when he was taking his lead, he's looking in at the catcher, trying to get a sign.
Trying to get that little wiggle.
Yep. See if it's going to be an off-speed pitch. Take off if it is.
That's where his first base coach comes in very handy over there. He's your eyes. You got to listen. You hear back, get down, get dirty, baby.
There goes Saunders. Fly ball, foul, and out of play down the left field line. So Don Wakamatsu putting the game in motion, sending Saunders 1-2 the count on Bard.
Do it again.
Just to show you how, you're always have to be thinking. You and Rusty Kuntz had an interesting conversation about what could have been put on last night with that close play at second base.
Yeah, bases loaded. Trying to get the runner. It was a bang play at second on the backhand
by
Jack Wilson. Rusty trying to get him to run through the bag at second base. Just continue out into the outfield to let the run score before he puts away the force.
Strikes out Josh Bard, and that will retire the side strikeout number 6 for Greinke. After 5, tied at 1. Not too shabby. Thank you, Angie. What a day out for baseball here in Seattle. We go to the top of the 6th inning. Look at that. Not a cloud in the sky. 1-1 tie. Mariners and the Royals. Scott Posednik will lead things off against Ryan Roland Smith. Rick Riz along with Mike Flowers and Jay Buhner. Close at third base is Jose Lopez. 1-0 the count. Strike 1-1-1. Ryan hasn't thrown that many pitches, just 63.
Sudden's got some nice numbers. 304, 3-34. A guy that was sitting at home not too long ago, a few years ago.
Now has a 9-game hitting streak. Got his first hit in a Mariner uniform. Pinch hit triple here at Safeco Field. Loosen him up there to pinch hit against the Padres.
Great guy.
Ground ball right at Jack at short. And it's sort of first in time to get Pasendic. You got to keep him off the bases, and they do. One away. Timeout for our U.S. Marine Corps leaders of the game. Congratulations to Cliff Lee, the American League Pitcher of the Month for June. Look at those numbers. 4-1 record, a 1.76 ERA, guys. 4 complete games, 36 strikeouts, 2 walks. Unbelievable.
Stock keeps getting higher and higher.
Yes, it does. Kendall with a strike going 1.
Were you a deadline deal? Is that how you came to Seattle? I know you were traded for Kenny, but was
it was right during the deadline. Yeah.
Well hit down the left field line. This one is a fair ball into the corner. Kendall heading for second, gets in there easily with a stand-up double. One on and one away, and here's a look at the swing one more time.
This ball hard down into the corner. And Saunders, he's never in a hurry out there, Jane. Don't you think that? I mean, to me, for somebody that runs well like he does, and for a young player, he never gets in a hurry to get the ball back in. You were talking about earlier hitting the cutoff man.
No panic. Just come up, do the little. I mean, it's pretty simple when you really think about it. Get the ball, get it in. And when I mean get it in, hit your cutoff man. That's the most important thing in the world. And your job's done.
Breaking ball down and away to David De Jesus, but ball 1. Did a great job, Mike, last night on that double to left field by Billy Butler. Hit the cutoff man.
Yeah. Bang, bang play at home. Nice job on a ball that kind of blew back into fair territory down the line. I mean, I like the fact that he's smart, too. He doesn't try to force the issue or try to force a throw. Just comes up, hits the cutoff man.
De Jesus grounds out to Wilson at short for the second out of the inning. 1 on 2 away, 1-1 tie. Say Friday when the Mariners meet the Yankees, it's Mariners grab bag night. For $50, fans can purchase a sealed bag containing a signed baseball by a Mariner player or manager, Don Wakamatsu. Now, you're not going to know who signed the ball until you open up the bag. All proceeds benefit Mariners Care. For more information, visit mariners.com. So good luck. You may just end up with an autographed baseball from your favorite Mariner. Here's first baseman Billy Butler.
That's
1 for
cool,
2.
Huh?
Yeah. I like that. Grab back night. 1-1 the count on Butler. Jason Kendall on at second base. Inside, ball 1, 1 ball and 1 strike.
These guys, they just keep hitting and hitting, don't they? Pesky. Another guy hitting 322.
Keep putting the ball in play. Kevin Seitzer's done a nice job as their game coach.
He has.
I'll tell you what, he was like that. 1 year had the 200 base hits in the season.
Stay inside the ball. Live hard in the middle, man.
There he is, Kevin Seitzer in the middle of your shot there.
Definitely put the ball in play. Something can happen.
Swing and a miss. Another good off-speed pitch. Behind in the count 2-1. Comes in with that change. 2-2 on Butler. Fouled away behind home plate, and the count is still even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 73 pitches for Ryan, guys. A lot of off-speed stuff. 27%. Down and in with a fastball. Ball 3. Full count 3-2. On deck is designated hitter Jose Guillen. These are the guys that can do damage with a long ball in this lineup, Butler and Guillen. How do you think that talk went right there, Mike?
Don't forget you have first base open. What do you want to throw right here? Changeup's probably a good call.
Yes, sir.
He's got a good one, too.
Don't give in.
And there it is, but it's up and away for ball 4. So Billy Butler draws the walk. And the Royals have runners at first and second. Now they go after Guillen.
No, I mean, I like the pitch, and you're in a tie ball game. Don't give in to him. Give him a fastball to hit. As Jay mentioned, he's in over 320. You know, Guillen's no bargain, but you know, he's geared up for a fast.
A little more of a free swing.
Right. Throw him the changeup, which he did. He missed off the plate. Butler didn't chase it. Start over with the next guy.
There's certain guys in the lineup you can't let beat you.
Yeah. 2 on, 2 outs, and here's Jose Guillen, and he takes ball 1. Guillen had a little bit of a rough time lately. 3 hits in his last 18 at bats. But has 14 home runs, 52 runs batted in. Kendall at second, Butler on at first base. Fouled away off the catcher, Josh Bard. 1 ball and 1 strike.
When you were hitting, did it bother you with the guy on second base if he's jumping around like Kendall is right now?
You know what? I was so locked in on release point that I didn't really see that.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I mean, I really did. That's like they would say with 2 strikes, hey, you know, don't be messing around out there, let the guy hit. But it didn't really affect me. I was just hoping he was relaying the signs to me so I could pick it up. That's what I wanted to see.
And hopefully early.
Yes, sir.
Low and inside of that hits Guillen. Ryan Rowland-Smith hits Jose Guillen off the left leg. Where his left foot, he's on at first base, and now Kansas City has the bases loaded. Guillen at first, Butler down at second. Kendall is on at third base. Bard and Rowland-Smith talk it over one more time. Here's that last pitch.
A little cut piece down and in.
Rick Adair going to make a trip out to the mound and have a conversation with Ryan. It always seems to work this way. Ryan's throwing a nice ball game today, but you're going to have an inning or two where you're going to have to make a pitch, and it can be the difference in the game for you, especially when you have somebody like Greinke out there. So, you know, right now to get him locked back in on what they want to do with Benjamin, who hit the home run to right field on a fastball away.
Right.
But you know, this is the time when you have to execute pitches.
Plus, reminding, hey, you've been attacking, getting ahead. Get back to attacking the strike zone.
Just make your pitch. Here is third baseman Wilson Betemit. Saw David Pauly getting loose down in the bullpen for the Mariners. And Betemit takes ball 1. Betemit with the opposite field home run to right field in the 5th inning. There's Pauly. Strike on Betemit, and the count evens up at 1-1. Last at bat for Betemit in the 5th inning. Or the other way, guys. One and 2.
Oh, boy.
Ryan Rowland-Smith trying to get out of a bases loaded jam here in the top of the 6th inning. 1-1 tie. The 1-2 on the way, and it's low and inside for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ryan ready, and the 2-2 fouled away straight back. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out, Jason Kendall, the double down the left field line. Here's a look at the runners. Kendall on at third base. Billy Butler walked. He's now on at second. Jose Guillen hit by a pitch. He's over there at first. Again, the 2-2 swung on, and it's popped up out of play in the first base side. Still 2-2 the count.
Ryan trying to pitch him inside. His last couple of fastballs just not quite getting it there. Ball's running back out over the plate. Take a look at the tracer. All those pitches inside to him.
Again, the 2-2. Back up the middle off for Ryan Rowland-Smith over to Jack Wilson, and the run is going to score. And the Royals have the lead by a score of 2-1. Benamid right back at Ryan Rowland-Smith. Jack Wilson, by the time he got to it, no play. So Kendall is able to score from third, and the Royals have the lead. Off the foot of Ryan, out toward Jack Wilson.
And for me, that's just bad luck for Ryan. He makes a good pitch, breaks the guy's bat. You can see the barrel sitting out there by third base. Slow ground ball, and it hits him in the foot. Otherwise, I think they make the play and get out of the inning.
Mike Aviles takes a strike, 0-1. So now Kansas City has Butler on at third, Guillen on at second, Benamid on at first base. With a second RBI tonight. Live ball into left field and deep going back. Michael Saunders. He's got it near the 1-8 track and makes the catch for out number 3. So Kansas City, they get the 1, but they leave the bases loaded. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Our score: the Royals 2 and the Mariners 1.
By the Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest.
It's now the Royals 2 and the Mariners 1 as we head to the bottom half of the 6th inning on a gorgeous Tuesday night here in Seattle. Leading things off, Jack Wilson with a ground ball foul on the third base side, 0-1. Jack Wilson with a squeeze bunt to get Michael Saunders in from third base back in the 3rd inning. And that broke a string of 31 consecutive scoreless innings by Greinke against Seattle. Ground ball wide of third, up with the ball. Betancourt, the shortstop's throw to first, and it's in time to get Jack Wilson. 1 out, bottom of the 6th inning. Brings up Ichiro. Kansas City run in the top half of the 6th. Infield base hit by Benamid off the foot of Rowland-Smith. The ball greened out to shortstop Jack Wilson, and Jason Kendall was able to score from third base. So both pitchers pitching very well, guys, in this ball game. Not a whole lot of offense. Here's Ichiro, who is 0 for 2 on the night. He's popped to third, grounded out to short, and takes a look at ball 1 from Greinke. Greinke's won 3 in a row. Last win, 7-6 win against the Chicago White Sox, went 8 innings. Ball 2, 2-0 the count. Foul away on the third base side, 2-1. Young lady with the Ichi meter.
110 knocks.
About that already.
It's a good season for me. Jeez.
Fouled away into the box seats on the third base side, and it's 2-2 on Ichiro.
Think he lets the ball get on him a little bit? Look at that. Right out of the catcher's mitt.
Breaking ball down and in. Went after it for strike 3. So strikeout number 7 for Zach Greinke. 2 down for the Mariners here in the bottom of inning number 6. 2-1 Kansas City. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Rick Riz along with Mike Flowers and Jay Buhner. Game 2 of the 3-game series with the Royals. Here second baseman Sean Figgins takes a pitch outside. Ball 1. Tomorrow night, final game of the series with the Royals, Doug Fister against Kyle Davies. And the Yankees come to town on Thursday night for game 1 of a 4-game series.
The Yankees.
Which you two guys have something in common.
I did my turn.
Both playing for the Yankees in your early years. It. 2-1. What did you guys think when you first walked into that clubhouse at Old Yankee Stadium?
Oh, it was impressive. Old, but pretty awesome. Tons of history. Had an unbelievable aura about it. Walk around, not only that, you walk around a corner and you might see Reggie, you might see, when I was there, Joe, I mean, there was Whitey. I mean, it was a who's who, especially in spring training. I mean, you'll agree, Michael, in spring training, I mean, they were unbelievable about bringing in the old crafty vets down there. It was awesome to talk to.
Figgins a fly ball down the left field line. On the run, Pasendic has some room near the seats, and he makes the catch for out number 3. And after 6 innings of play, the Royals lead by a score of 2-1. Well, we go to the top half of the 7th inning. Kansas City leads by a score of 2-1. Willie Blomqvist will lead things off, followed by Yuniesky Betancourt and then Scott Pasendic.
So Seattle favorites coming back into town, huh?
Willie sends a drive into the gap in left center field, but Franklin Gutierrez has a track. He's there and makes a catch. 1 pitch, 1 away. Yeah.
Big A-Rod. I'll never forget the first time in and all the nice money floating around the stadium. Solid.
Wow. For days that happened.
Oh, that was the best.
How about that? 1995, that was the best. That was some kind of fun.
That was.
2001 was a lot of fun. 116 wins. Betancourt takes a strike and the count is 0-1. I like what you said, Jay, back in '95 when you guys started to win. The heck with the wild card. Ground ball down the line, and it sneaks out by Lopez in toward the left field corner. Betancourt heading for second with a double. Saunders up with it. So 1 on and 1 away for Kansas City here in the top of the 7th inning.
Ball hit sharply by Lopez, goes for the backhand, just can't get his glove down quite quick enough.
So Betancourt winds up on at second base with his 17th double of the year. 2-1 Royals, and here's Scott Podsednik. These guys consistently put the ball in play, Mike.
I think when you look at their numbers, they don't hit a lot of home runs. Yeah, Guillen, that's in great shape with RBIs, on pace to drive in 100,
and Butler.
But they lead the league in hitting. They throw up a lot of hits, scrappy bunch. I think, watching them last night and then again tonight, they will have a couple innings where they're really going to make you work as a pitcher. Even Felix last night, who I thought had really good stuff. Probably didn't have the command that we're used to seeing from him, but he had some innings where he had to work too, and it's because he'll just sit up there and foul pitches off and grind out at bats.
And do the little things, get a guy in scoring position and start putting pressure pitches on the pitcher, which are even harder.
Strike on the outside corner, 1 and 2. Here's a look at his pitch count.
6th inning, 25 pitches. Ryan had 27, right? Was it 27, Ryan?
Yeah, in the 6th inning, yeah. He got the 1 run and left 3 runners stranded. Felix, another quality start last night.
And the Royals are smart. I mean, they're a speed team. They put the ball in play and make things happen. Here's another guy with some wheels right here.
Ground ball to the right side, charging Sean Figgins. And he gets Podsednik over at first base for the 2nd out of the inning, and now the play Betancourt will advance over to 3rd. So 1 on and 2 outs for catcher Jason Kendall. Kendall with a double. He scored the go-ahead run in the top half of the 6th inning. He's 1 for 3. Guys, this guy plays just about every day. 79th start out of 84 games behind the plate.
Iron Man behind there.
Ball 1.
I remember listening to you last night. I think you were touched on a little bit about that nasty little accident he had running down through first base and compound fractured his ankle, and almost his career was almost over. And here we are. Was that 10 years ago?
Probably 10 years ago.
And the guy can just fly, and he could fly back then for a catcher, which is kind of a rarity. But the guy's going to give you a quality at bat, and he's got cement feet up there. He's not coming off that plate.
5 ball into right field. Ichiro going back, and he makes the catch for out number 3, and Kansas City leaves Betancourt stranded at 3rd base. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning stretch time. Royals 2, Mariners 1. Customer satisfaction by J.D. Power and Associates. Rick Reyes along with Mike Flowers and Jay Buhner. Part of the crowd tonight here at Safeco Field. Game 2 of the series. Royals lead 2-1. And Russell, the muscle Branyan, will lead off the bottom of inning number 7. Mariners with only 1 hit tonight. That said, Michael Saunders, the infield base hit, the errant throw by the second baseman of Vila. Saunders went to second base. Josh Bard, the ground ball out to the right side, and then the squeeze bunt, and the Mariners have the 1 run. Branyan, a big swing and a pop-up foul out of play behind the plate. 0-1.
He wants that one back?
I think so.
Really? Especially when you foul it straight back.
You could tell he was geared up for that pitch from the time he left the on-deck circle. Gets a fastball. Just missed it.
When a guy's got 78 pitches and 1 hit, you're going first dead red, you're in and out.
Swing and a miss by that fastball, and the count is 0-2 on Branyan, who has 3 home runs over the last week since he became a Mariner. 13 home runs for the year. This guy can go 94, and then he can go 74 with that slow curveball. Fastball is, there's the 94, and it's high for ball 1, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
So I guess that means here comes to 74.
Eventually. Came back with another fastball, little high, ball 2, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Changing their eyes so they can set up this curveball right.
Popped up, fouling out of play, and the breaking ball. And it's still 2-2. Mariners Royals tomorrow night. Final game of the 3-game series. Doug Fister against Kyle Davies. Fastball at 96, and he got him looking. Second time he has found Russell Branyan. Strikeout number 8 for Zach Greinke.
That's just straight paint. Sometimes you got to tip your cap and say, thanks for coming.
You can't cover all of it.
No, not with 2 strikes you can't, especially when he's going up and down.
Right.
You already fouled off a good curveball. Just buckle up sometimes, bud. That's why he's the number 1.
Jose Lopez with a strike in his first at bat. Greinke went 94 to 74 in that at bat with a fastball at 94 and a slow curve. Line drive left field for a base hit. And the Mariners have the tying run aboard. For the Mariners, only their 2nd hit tonight off of Greinke.
There's that slow curveball for you, Ricky.
And he's thrown it to Lopez a number of times. That one up in the zone.
Yeah, that's the one you hope you get right there.
Right.
But Mr. Greinke's not showing any ill effects of that little tweak that he had coming off the mound. That's for sure.
No.
Until that pitch right there.
Here's center fielder Franklin Gutierrez. Fouled away at the plate. 0-1. Just hope, guys, that he makes a mistake out over the plate. But guys like Greinke, they don't do it very often. Same thing with a guy like Cliff Lee. They just live on the corners, up and down, inside out. High ball, straightaway center field, right at Willie Bloomquist, who makes the catch for the 2nd out of the inning. So 1-2 down. 2-1 Royals. Let's take a look at our Quest High Speed pitch, brought to you by Quest High Speed Internet. Greinke topping out with his fastball at 96 tonight, and Ryan Rowland-Smith's fastball at 91. Here is Casey Kochman. Casey went 1 for 4 in last night's game with a single to left field. Checks a swing, a strike, 0-1. When a guy can throw 94, then he can throws one at 74. What are you trying to do up there? What are you looking for against Zach Greinke?
The best way to hit the off-speed pitch is don't miss the fastball, Ricky.
There you go.
That's what I do, Chopper. How's that?
I like it. Just eliminate the other stuff and look for the fastball.
I set location. If I got to dive out over the plate, then you dive. And then wear it if it's inside. Especially on a guy like this. But really and truly, I'm not trying to be funny. I mean, you can't miss that first fastball because you're not going to get very many to hit. Because he's been, as you can see, he's been paint.
Hondo, right?
Mm-hmm.
Frank Howard.
Oh, he was the man.
That's what he talked about all the time.
Don't miss the fastball. Son, don't miss the fastball.
Frank Howard.
Think it's easy, huh?
Outside, ball 3, game 1. I used to walk by the batting cage, batting practice, and he'd be hitting bundles off to the side of the cage. He goes, Ricky, it's a work area here. Be careful, it's a work area. And he'd take his arm and sweep it off from side to side. And it was. Down and in, ball 4. So Casey Kochman with a walk that'll send Lopez to second, who represents the tying run of the game. Kochman, the go-ahead run of the ball game, is on at first base with 2 outs. And it brings up Michael Saunders. Say, if you're looking for a way to save money in your commute, guys, consider a Sound Transit ST Express bus. For route information, visit soundtransit.org. 2 on, 2 away. Here is Saunders, who's been aboard twice tonight. He had an infield base hit, scored the Mariners 1 run in the 3rd.
We're looking for some 2-out lightning right here, Ricky. That's what we need. Michael? A little gap band right here. Watch Casey carry the mail from first.
Well, they make it easy on him. Just hit one out of here.
Okay.
He is 7 on the year.
Yeah.
A 2-1 game at Yankee Stadium. What that? One hit Mike in the 2nd level. Strike, 0-1.
How is that new stadium? Pretty solid.
Big.
Sideshow in itself, isn't it?
It's a big outfield, Jay. I can't remember in the old ballpark. I know it was deep to dead center field, but it was short, right?
410, wasn't it?
This one's 420 to center.
Yeah.
Good golly.
0-2 the count on Saunders.
But a launching pad to right field.
Ball goes to right. Yeah.
Saunders looking for a base hit to tie it up. Breaking ball in the dirt, knocking it down. The catcher Kendall to keep Lopez at second and Kochman over at first base. 1-2 on Saunders. Greinke of Orlando, Florida, first-round draft pick by the Royals back in June of 2002. 95 pitches. Ground ball, pull foul at the first base side. Breaking ball, and the count is still 1-2 on Michael. Everything down. Lopez at second. Kochman again a lead at first base. Outside, ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes with a fastball. And the 2-2. Greinke ball in the dirt, and he went for strike 3. Another strikeout for Greinke, his 9th, and that will retire the side. We go to the top of the 8th inning. Royals lead it 2-1. Royals lead it by a score of 2-1 as we head to the top half of the 8th inning. David DeJesus up there for Kansas City. Shows bunt, and he takes the pitch for ball 1. Ryan Roland Smith pitching into the 8th inning. DeJesus 0 for 2 on the night with a walk. He's grounded out twice. Batting .327 on the year. Out of play down the left field side. 1 ball and 1 strike. Starting to warm up here in Seattle over the last couple of days, guys. How about those days in Kansas City on the turf when it'd be about 120, 130 at Buffalo Stadium?
I remember they used to put an ice bucket in the dugout. Junior and I would walk in there, step in it, and go out to the outfield. By the time we came back, our shoes would be dry. And that's a true story.
Fouled away behind home plate, 1-2.
It's not a Texas side story. That's a true story.
Uh-huh.
And then buckets of ammonia water in there as soon as you come in.
Had to have that.
Oh, man, just lather you down.
There were days on that turf, especially at day games I can remember, and be in the dugout and look out to right field and you couldn't see Jay.
Radiate.
Really, because the heat coming off the turf.
Yes. He looked blurred out there.
Little looper into shallow center field. That's going to drop in a base hit. So David DeJesus with a leadoff single here in the top half of the 8th inning. 1 on for the Royals. That'll bring up first baseman Billy Butler. Kansas City 2 runs on 7 base hits. This guy has 1 of the 7. Butler 1 for 2 with a single to center field. In the 4th inning, here comes manager Don Wakamatsu out of the dugout. He's going to go down to the bullpen, and that's going to be it for Ryan Roland Smith, who'll go 7+ innings tonight. 2-1 Kansas City. We'll be back after this timeout. All right, Angie, 2-1 Kansas City. Royals a man out at first base, nobody out, and that's going to be it for Ryan Roland Smith. But guys, a nice outing for Ryan.
I thought he pitched well again. Take a look at the numbers. Just the 2 earned runs. He is responsible for DeJesus over at first base right now. 101 pitches. Starting to do what Don wants him to, pitch a little bit deeper into the games, do a better job with his pitch count.
Sean White takes over in relief to face Billy Butler with a swing and a foul, backing out of play 0-1. Sean White, no record with a 7.58 ERA in 23 appearances. Down and in, ball 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. On deck is Jose Guillen. Kansas City coming off a series win against the Angels down in Anaheim. Fouled away on the third base side by Butler in the count 1-2. They lost a couple of nights ago by a score of 11-0. Final game of that series. They had only about 10 hits combined in the first 2 games, but they made them count to beat the Angels twice. Jesus is lead at first base. Line drive left field. Another base hit for Billy Butler. Up with the ball is Saunders. So the Royals have runners at first and second with nobody out. Say, friends, the stars aligned for the 2010 Major League Baseball All-Star Game as the best of the American League take on the National League's top players. Don't miss the action on Tuesday, July 13th at 5 p.m. Pacific on Fox. This one counts. 2 on and nobody out for designated hitter Jose Guillen. Guillen hit by a pitch his last time up. And that loaded the bases, and Betemit had the base hit off the foot of Roland Smith. That scored Jason Kendall with the go-ahead run. Inside, ball 1. Infield looking for a ground ball. Strike on the inside corner. 1-1. De Jesus on at second. Billy Butler on at first base. Kansas City with their share of base runners the last few innings. And that's low. Ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Kansas City on top of the American League as a team, batting .283 coming into tonight's game, but only 9th in runs scored. Runs inside, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. Betemit due up next. Pitching coach Rick Adair looking on. Now White checks in with the runner at second base, De Jesus. And a swing and a miss. Full count, 3-2 on Guillen.
He was thinking base hit right there.
I think so.
Base hit on the Royal World.
Yeah. That's his job up there.
He has 14 home runs.
But he shortens up a little bit right here, though.
And ground ball left side, cut it across Lopez. He'll underhand to Figgins at second for the force there. Throw to first base, and out at first is Guillen. Jose Guillen came up hurt coming up that first base line. A double play. Jose Guillen was hurt coming out of the box and along that first base line, and now one of the trainers for Kansas City going out to check up on Guillen. Here's a look at it one more time coming out of the batter's box. The Mariners turn a double play. Wow.
Hip flexor.
Reaches for that left leg, Mike. Yeah. Look at it one more time. Going up the line. Lopez gets the ball.
They didn't think they were going to have a chance for a double play.
Jose.
There's nothing worse too, coming up lame and not being able to beat it out.
So Lopez coming out of the game, he's done for the night. But you're right, he reached for his left leg up around his quad. Double play, 2 outs. De Jesus is on at third base. Butler out at second. Guillen out at first base. Look at it one more time, guys.
4 steps into it, running hard, trying to beat up the double play.
Yeah, pulled up, pulled right up by his glove.
Man, I hate to see anybody get hurt, but that's a real break for Sean White coming in here. Now he has the double play, so you're 2 out for the runner at third instead of first and third. Let's make a pitch.
Can't even bend that leg, guys, trying to get down.
No, he's hurting.
Yeah, and that's not good, too, because going into your free agent here as well. He's swinging it.
So Guillen on his way back to the clubhouse to be looked at by the trainers for the Royals. Runner at third, 2 outs for third baseman Wilson Benameat. 2-1 Kansas City.
It's not your typical double play scripted, though. That's for sure.
How about the surprise of Figgins? Thinking, okay, I just got the 1 out at second base, and I look over at first base, and Guillen is still about halfway down the line toward the bag.
Lope just giving a little 1-and-out flip over the second base.
1-0 count on Benameat. Little looper into shallow left field, and that is going to drop in a base hit. Here comes DeJesus on to score. The Royals now lead 3-1. Wilson Benameat with all 3 RBIs for Kansas City tonight. That one comes with 2 outs.
Right off the end of the bat. Actually, a good pitch from Sean.
A little fillet of fish out in the outfield.
Right on the outside corner and down.
No chance for Jack Wilson going out. There's Saunders coming in. So 1 aboard, 2 down for Mike Aviles, and he takes ball 1. Royals will run back in the 5th on the home run by Benameat. Benameat an RBI single in the 6th, and now an RBI single with 2 outs here in the 8th. Ball 2, 2-0. Ryan Roland Smith coming out here in the 8th inning after giving up the leadoff single by David DeJesus. 7+ innings. All 3-0 the count. So the book is now closed on Ryan. 7 innings, 3 runs. Willie Bloomquist on deck. Three and 1. Kansas City 37-46 on the year. Last time they went to the postseason 25 years ago. That was the year 1985 they won the World Series against the St. Louis Cardinals. Ground ball foul along the third base line. Full count on Aviles at 3-2. Sean White trying to get his offense back to work. Trying to get that 3rd out here in the 8th inning. Runner goes, swinging a fly ball down the left field line. It's going to be a fair ball toward the corner. Benameat heading for third. He's going to be waved in by Eddie Rodriguez. A throw cut off by Wilson. The relay to the plate, and it's in time to nail Benameat. Saunders to Wilson. On to Josh Bard in time to get Benameat at home, and that will retire the side. Hit the cutoff man.
We were just talking about that earlier in the game. Nice job of coming up, hitting the cut, and a great relay.
Wilson's throw, plenty of time. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 3-1 Kansas City. the bottom of the 8th inning. The Royals now lead by a score of 3-1. And Josh Bard will lead things off against a new pitcher. Right-hander Blake Wood will take over in relief from Zach Greinke. Greinke's out of there after 7. He threw 98 pitches. So this is Wood. Ground ball, easy two-hopper right to the second baseman, Mike Aviles. 1 pitch, 1 out for the Mariners here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Here's a look at the relay play. There's Eddie Rodriguez saying, Benavides, go on.
Get down, baby.
And the relay by Jack Wilson, guys. Josh Bard was there in plenty of time, Mike.
Take a look at Benavides coming around. Rodriguez sending him because there's 2 outs. That's 2 nights in a row. The Mariners perfect relay last night. The runner just beat it, and this time Bard plenty of time to put the tag.
No chance for Benavides. Jack Wilson with that relay. Now hitting here in the bottom of the 8th inning with a strike, 0-1. But it starts with Saunders hitting the cutoff man, Jay.
Yes, it does.
0-2 the count on Wilson. Got the ball quickly, fired into Jack Wilson.
He's done a great job in there.
Yeah.
He really has. He's fun to watch. You always love to see a good young kid come up, it's polished, step in, make an immediate impact.
Out and away for ball 1-1-2. A good athlete.
Yeah.
Got to the ball quickly.
I know the Mariners are saying, good, get Greinke out of there and get to the bullpen.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Greinke's 7 innings, 1 run and unearned run. Gave up only 2 hits, walked 1, struck out 9. Ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Wilson. On 1 record, 3.91 ERA. Giving up a couple of home runs.
Do any of these kids come in anymore throw under 96? I mean, really? They're all 6'3", 2-fitting, throwing 96 or 100.
When did that start? When did you notice these?
I don't know, but it looks like I had good timing. But the only guy threw like that was Percival. There were a few, but not very many.
Soft line drive off the glove of the second baseman. Mike Aviles trying to dive for it. So Jack Wilson with a 1-out single here in the bottom of the 8th inning, and the Mariners will bring the tying run to the plate in Ichiro.
Aviles. I think it's a hitter you build towards him.
Thank you. I'll take it.
Yeah, he should catch that ball.
Tried to play it into an S beam, gave you a knock, so thank you.
1 on and 1 away. And here's Ichiro looking for his first base hit tonight. He's 0 for 3. Strike 1. Zach Greinke out of the ballgame after 7. Ichiro with 3 home runs out of the season. Won the leadoff home run earlier this year. Line drive, base hit, right field. Jack Wilson down to second base on a solid single off the bat of Ichiro. The Mariners have the tying runs aboard. First and second, 1 away. And that is base hit number 111 for Ichiro now this year.
That's a missile. How about the thought of him entering the home run derby? What do you guys think about that? You think he'd ever give thought to that and get away from his swing? You think he thinks that would get him into a bad habit?
No, I don't think he would ever do
but
it.
Had he entered it, say hypothetically he does, you think he's got a legit chance? I think there's no doubt he's got a chance to.
Yeah, I think so. We watch him every day in BP. Just
crazy,
his seats out there.
You know, a guy like that got that kind of pop. Kidding me?
And now they got 6 guys lined up for the home run derby. Sean Fagan shows bunt, and he takes a strike 0-1. Outside for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Mariners trying to bunch up some base hits here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Right now, Figgins' job is to get Russell Brandon to the plate.
David Pauly getting loose down in the Mariners bullpen.
Russell's been the hot hitter for the Mariners since he's come over. Give him a chance.
Runner goes to third. The throw by Kendall not in time. Jack Wilson swipes third base. Taken off and he makes it. So now first and third. Stolen base number 1 of the year for Jack Wilson.
Well, they say if you're going to steal third, you better be sure that you make it. Down by a couple of runs as you watch Jack slide into third.
Well, that's obvious. That was on his own because Itchy's still over at first.
Right.
And the count is now 2-1 on Sean Figgins. Over to first base, and Ichiro gets back to the bag. But a room on the right side of the infield with Figgins batting from the left side with Ichiro aboard. Butler playing at the bag. So Kendall has to set up away on Figgins. And he misses away for ball 3. 3-1. With Russell Brandon due up next. That one here would load him up for Brandon. The 3-1. A swing and a miss. Fastball down and away. Full count 3-2. Lakewood on in relief for Greinke, starting off the bottom of the 8th inning. Look at the base runners. Wilson at third. Ichiro at first base. Ichiro goes 3-2, swung on, fly ball left field. Pacenda going back a few steps, tagging at third. Here comes Jack Wilson. He's going to score. The Mariners make it a 1-run game. Sacrifice fly to left field by Sean Figgins, and it's now Kansas City 3, and the Mariners 2 give Figgins a run batted in. Two outs in the inning, and here comes Russell Brandon.
Talked about this last night, Rick, with Figgins. He's done a nice job. 11 out of 12 times he's come up with a runner on third and less than 2 outs, and the runner has scored.
It's getting it done.
That is getting it done. That's right.
That is clutch, especially now. It makes it a 1-run game, and like you said earlier, brings Russell Brandon one swing of the bat, bam.
So here he is, Russell Brandon, with the tied run out at first base. And Brandon represents the go-ahead run at home plate, so he's in scoring position, standing there in the batter's box with 13 home runs on the season.
Amazing how that momentum can change in a hurry.
Oh yeah. One run in here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Ground ball right over the bag at first, down the right field line. Ichiro heading for third, and a fan gets to it. Fan interference, and Ichiro will be stopped at third on a double by Brandon down the right field line.
And Dad's all over him. Or brother. Oh, man. That hurts.
It does hurt. This is a bad break. This ball ripped right over the base. And with Ichiro's speed, you have to believe he scores. You can see his dad trying to hold him back.
Dad was trying to reel him back in.
Yeah.
So Brandon with a double, and now time is called.
De Jesus is down there going, thank you. Appreciate it.
Don Wakamatsu talking with the first base umpire Brian Gorman, and he was just asking, hey, was Ichiro going to be able to score? Was he at a certain point?
Was he past third?
Was he past third? And the umpires can do that, but obviously he wasn't quite at third base.
I don't think that he was. No.
It's discretionary too. So.
Yeah.
So Don talking with the first base umpire.
Enjoy the view from the parking lot.
And the young fan has to leave the ballpark.
It's not like the poor Cubby fan, huh?
Oh, man. So Ichiro, the tying run, is on at third base. Branyan with that double right over the bag at first base.
Walk talking to Ted.
Ted Barrett, the third base umpire. Don is now just trying to find out, hey, where was Ichiro? Could he have scored? Whether there was fan interference or not. And Barrett said no, Ichiro wasn't at third base. So Don turns around, heads on back to the dugout. Now the Mariners have runners on at second and third with 2 outs. The go-ahead runners on at second. 3-2 Kansas City. And the batter is Jose Lopez. Inside with a 96-mile-an-hour fastball, ball 1. Okay, here's a look at Ichiro going from first to third on that double by Branyan. Keep your eyes on Ichiro. He's running second. Now he's heading for third, and the young fan gets to it there.
He's not even halfway to third.
You're right, Mike. Broken back, ground ball to third. Up for the ball is Benavides. The toss across, and it's in time to get Lopez, and that will retire the side. 1 run for the Mariners, 2 left on. We go to the top of the 9th. Royals lead 3-2. To the top of the 9th inning, the Mariners get a run in the bottom of the 8th, close the gap. 3-2 Royals, and right-hander David Pauly, recently called up from AAA Tacoma, will take over in relief to face Willie Bloomquist. He's appeared in only a couple of ball games. Only 3 innings, no ERA. Outside of Bloomquist for ball 1. Russell Branyan with the double down the right field line. The fan interference. Ichiro stopped over at third base, and then Blake Wood got Jose Lopez a ground out to Benavides at third for the final out of the inning. Broken back, ground ball to short. Up with it is Jack Wilson, and little low throw, but picked out of the dirt by Casey Kochman. 1 away for the Royals here in the top of the 9th inning. Bloomquist is out 6-3. The barrel of the bat went out toward Lopez at third base. Say the first run around the bases is set for Sunday when the Mariners face off with the Yankees. All future stars 14 and under are invited down to the field to take a lap around the bases courtesy of Key Bank. For tickets, visit Mariners.com or stop on by any Mariners team store location. Yuniesky Bencourt, a breaking ball, misses to him for ball 1. For all you folks, when you come out to Safeco Field, if you're seated down the left or right field lines and that ball is in play, leave it alone. Joakim Soria, who got the save in last night's ball game, warming up for Kansas City, going to the All-Star game again. Ground ball to the hole at short, backhanded by Wilson, and the throw to first in time to get Bencourt 2 outs. Nice play by Jack.
See a lot of shortstops that'll take a long time after they make the backhanded play, and the thing that Jack does all the time, he gets rid of the ball quickly.
Yeah.
Accurate throw.
Just plants that back foot and comes up firing.
He's already, when he catches it, watch him, he's already planning it and then just fire it. No step, no crow hop, nothing.
Especially on the backhand with that deflection right to the throwing hand. Gets rid of it quick. Makes it look easy.
Eliminates one step by staying on that back foot. He's ready to throw as he feels the ball. Here's Besednik with ball 1.
It's funny, you look at his glove, he's got that thing pancaked.
Yeah. Told me the other day he's had that thing for 6 years or 8 years. After the season, he puts it into a plastic box.
Oh, yeah. Keep
puts
it
it away.
Moist. Got all the pine tar on the back of that thing.
That's a gamer.
That is a gamer. Hey, I played my last 3 years with my outfield glove, so I know what that's all about, man. Once you get one perfectly broke in, you don't want to get rid of it.
Popped up behind the bag at third. Lopez is there. Jack Wilson helping out just in case, but Jose makes the catch for out number 3. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. The Mariners need 1 to tie, 2-1, and here comes Soria. 3-2 Kansas City. On the new FSN fan alerts, just text FSN to 95323 to get updates on when you can watch your favorite team. Stay informed on the biggest events in the Northwest and receive exclusive offers and giveaways. Text FSN to 95323 and sign up today. The Mariners will take a look at one of the tougher closers in the American League, Joakim Soria. We got a save in last night's ball game. He'll face Franklin Gutierrez, Casey Kochman, and Michael Saunders. 3-2 Royals lead. Down the middle for a strike. 0-1. Kansas City 3 runs, 10 hits, 1 home run by Wilson Benemit. Benemit with all 3 RBIs tonight for the Royals. Soria 23 saves on the year. Out of play in the first base side, and the count is 0-2. Flo and I were talking last night, Jay. Seems like the Royals always have had very good closers down through the years. You guys had to face Dan Quisenberry, Jeff Montgomery, this kid now.
They've always had great arms, great starters. I remember going in against Gubaza and Saberhagen.
Yeah.
Oh, man. David Cohn when he was over there. Ooh, that's a buckle up 3 starters in a row for you. Oh, man. Then they had the big lefty. What was his name? Threw hard as well. And then
Jackson.
And Apier was in there.
Apier.
Flash Gordon.
Bounce foul on the third base side by the Kansas City dugout, and the count is still 1-2 on Franklin Gutierrez, trying to get something going here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Gutierrez, Kochman, and Saunders. Slider down and away. Ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mariners getting a run, an unearned run off of Greinke back in the 3rd, and got a run off of Blake Wood, the reliever, in the bottom of the 8th inning. They left 2 runners stranded. Soft line drive to the second baseman, Mike Aviles, makes the catch. 1 out for the Mariners, bottom of the 9th. 3-2 Royals. Brings up Casey Kochman. Kochman had a base hit in the bottom of the 10th inning last night. 1 for 4. A couple of days ago, 3-run home run in Detroit, and the Mariners' 8-1 win over the Tigers, his 4th home run of the year. Up and away, ball 1. Give Casey the gap out in right center field. Willie shaded toward left center. Bounce foul up the first base side, and the count is 1-2 on Kochman. There's a look at Willie Bloomquist out in left center field. Kansas City playing better baseball since Ned Yost took over the ball club on May the 14th. Ground ball through the left side, a base hit. Casey Kochman gets aboard with 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th inning, and the Mariners have the tying run at first base. This is where he got his base hit, guys, last night in the bottom of the 10th inning, going the other way.
Nice piece of hit, just hitting where the pitch is located. Not trying to do too much. Take advantage of that big hole over there.
Josh Wilson with the mountain run for Casey.
So put Wilson out at first base. 1 on, 1 away for Michael Saunders. 7 home runs on the year. How about a walk-off home run?
Yeah, I'll shock the world right
How
here,
about
man.
that?
I love it. Great call, Ricky.
For first pitch fastball. Shows bunt. And he takes ball 1. Here's a look at our Jack in the Box end game box score. Ichiro 1 for 4 with a single. Branyan with a double. Give the Mariners an opportunity in the 8th inning. Saunders a base hit. Wilson with a single and a run batted in with that squeeze bunt. Strike called on Saunders, and the count is even on Michael at 1-1. Up and away, ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. The only guy playing fairly deep, Jay, is the right fielder De Jesus. And a swing and a miss.
Pull the string.
2-2. Josh Wilson, the tying run on at first base, held on by Billy Butler. Strike 3 call. Michael Saunders gone looking, so 2 outs for the Mariners here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Soria with a pitch right at the knees. 2 down. And that'll leave it up to Ryan Langerhans out to pinch hit for Josh Bart. Here's a look at that pitch.
And I think that changeup before that pitch surprised him with the fastball, one of the better fastballs he's thrown, 94 miles an hour right at the knees.
Location especially.
A pinch hitter Ryan Langerhans is going to hit for Josh Bart.
So Ryan Langerhans up there trying to keep the Mariners' hopes alive here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Ryan had a couple of walk-off home runs last year. Checks his swing and he fouls it away out by the Kansas City dugout. 0-1. So Watt sending Langerhans up there trying to recapture a little magic from last season. 2 for 5 as a pinch hitter. One of the 2 hits guys a home run. Over to first base. Wilson back to the bag. And time is called. Here comes Don Wakamatsu out of the dugout to talk things over with home plate umpire Tony Randazzo.
He was pointing out towards Soria, saying he was doing something, but I couldn't tell what he was talking about.
I think he's going to check him, see if he's doing something with the ball.
So now the umpires converge. Randazzo going out to Brian Gorman, the first base umpire. And now they're talking about, is it his glove?
No.
Or his sleeves?
Domineering.
He's not getting checked over like Gaylord Perry years ago. But he's taken that right sleeve.
It looked like there was something white on the bottom of his pitching sleeve. So they made him roll it up.
Well, the umpires agreed with Don Wakamatsu. There's a little white marking on his right sleeve.
Man, you gotta have some good eyes. Focus in on release point.
Swing and a miss. And the count is 0-2 on Langerhans. 2 career walk-off home runs, both of them last year. 1 on 2 outs, bottom of the 9th inning. 3-2 Royals. Wilson will lead at first base. Up and away with a fastball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Check swing and it's outside, ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Great eye.
Man. Willie Blomqvist, the center fielder, shaded toward left center field, so Soria staying away.
Almost the same pitch he threw to Saunders.
Check swing, did he go? Yes, he did for strike 3, and the ball game is over. The Kansas City Royals won it, a final score of 3-2. Soria striking out Michael Saunders, and now pitch hitter Ryan Langerhans for the final out of the ball game. Langerhans trying to check, but he went after it.